um so you can have a look on that. Okay, so this evening we'll continue on the introduction on Figma, because I believe last week we were able to cover some parts. So we proceed from there today. Please, can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank
Hey.
you. All right, so today we'll be talking on how to do maths, how to work on the buttons, color, and some other component that we'll be touching today. So I'll be starting from maths. So to do this, I'll be needing an image which I'll be downloading online quickly. So there is a place you can actually download some of their image, which is the pixel.com. They have nice image that can be used in your design. So you can always go there to pick up any image you want to use in your design, and most of their images are free. So okay, so I just sent you the link now, so you can check. So I'll be coming here. So let's say I'll be downloading. Um, okay, let me pick them out with the system. Let me look for image that can fit into what I want to do.
Hello.
And please, who is that? Please mute yourself. Thank you. Okay, so currently looking for an image that can fit into oh, to what I want to do. So let me see if I can download this image. It's free, so I'm picking this image and I'll go back to my PC. Okay, so now a mask is actually being used to control the visibility of an element or to create like a virtual effect. It helps in shaping and framing content. For instance, uh, let me bring in the image. Mm, okay, this is our previous class. So I'll create the new page. And okay, so I'll bring in the image. I'll come here. I'll bring in the image. Okay, so this is the image. Okay, I think I still have some image here. Okay, let's assume this particular image here. So I'll bring this image inside. Then I will resize it because it's too large. So I have my image on my right hand side, and I have I will have my, let's say I want an ellipse. So I'll draw my ellipse over here. So I can make this one, let's say 1005 and 1005. So I have to let's say 2000, 2500. I just want to make it a bit bigger, and 2005. Okay. So we have the image here. Now, I want to use this particular image in this particular object. So I know for using the mask, it's like so I'm working on this particular three component in this class. So this is the mask, this is the component. So, so this one is to edit objects. We'll be talking on that later, but I'll be explaining more on these two today. So I already create my list, but I want a particular, I want this image from here to here to be the one inside this particular circle. I don't want all this other background. They are useless. This net, I don't want to see it. So Max will help me in shaping and framing the content and controlling the transparency by defining the boundaries within the user interface. So now to do this, it's two ways to do your math. So the first way you can do is by clicking on this particular circle and clicking on your marks. This is marks over here. It is the first one by my right hand side here. So I click on the marks. When I click on the marks, it's just the zero that I am seeing now. So, okay, so this is my, okay, so let me go back. I want to do something. So this is my image. I'll be renaming my image I'll be renaming it to rename any element you bring into your design. It's just for you to come to your left hand side and right click on it and click rename. Now I want to rename this particular image. So I'm saying image, let's see, image image one. So I already know this is my first image that I'm using in this class. So, and I can rename my circle as, I can call it container, image container, because I want to bring in the image. Okay, so I have my image container and I have my image one. Now I want a situation where this image will be here. So I'll click on my ellipse and come to my marks. When I click on the marks, all I can do is to drag this particular image to where the mark is. As you can see, there are lines showing. So you can click on your marks. Sorry. So you can actually one easy method you can use is this is the image container. Your image container is like it is behind while your image is showing on top. So you can bring your image upward, and this is it. So now this is one of the another fast way to do your math. Just all you need to do when you mark it, just bring the what you want to be inside, because this is like a group of marks. This is the container. Just bring your image and drag it up, and your image will be inside the marks, inside the ellipse, which is the container. So you have your ellipse like this. So it's a way like I've cut the background of unuseful things I don't want in my design. So that's that one. Is there any question on this before we proceed? Okay. So okay. Thank you.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
Sorry, please. How did you bring out the mouse?
Okay. Um, I'm just trying to do. I'll do Control Z. Do you mean from the beginning?
Yes. How did you create the mouse in the first
Okay.
place?
So what I did is so I have my image here. This is my image. My image is this, the man with the horse. But you know the purpose of math. It's like you shape out whatever you want to do. You want to bring out and bring it out for you. So like for instance, I want to remove all these places, all this excess place and the horse neck and the light. So I just want this is my shape. Let's say you are designing maybe a design on your web on a website. and you want a situation where you have like a ellipse, or where you want to draw like maybe you draw a shape, it can be rectangle, it can be any shape, right? So let me draw the rectangle as well, and let me draw the polygon. So now you just want to bring out this particular image into this. So all you need to do, I'll just give you like the one of the, what's it called, easy way to do it. Just click on the shape that you have done. You see this by my right hand side, use as marks. This is what we use to do marking. So just click on the shape and click on the marks. When you click on the marks, what you have done, the components, I mean the instances will go away, like it will disappear, but it's still there, because when you hover on it, you will see like a sign of blue, which means that there is something inside. It's just waiting for you to place in something inside, maybe an image or anything you want to place. So I'll bring my image, I'll bring it on top. But when I bring it on top, it doesn't contain it inside. So there are different ways to do it. So, but since I bring my image, I can still see the line, blue line, as you can see on the screen. So this is the image here, image one. So, and this is the container. Your image is on top of the container. So you want to bring the image inside the container. This is your container, that circle showing there. But you want to bring your image inside. So all you need to do is just to drag your image, just drag it up, and it's inside the container. Do you understand?
Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
So let me just do like one more example. So this is the second image I downloaded online from Pixel. So this is my second image over here, and I have my lesson. Let me use my rectangle. So I have the rectangle over here like this. So this is my rectangle. So I want to place this image inside my rectangle. So I can call this one I can rename it. Either I click on it and rename, or I come to my left hand side and rename. If I click and click rename, I'll give it image 2. It's always good to rename your stuff whenever you are doing design, because it helps you, especially when you are working on a large project and you have a lot of images. So it's easy for you to track anyone you want to track. So this is the second image, and this is my rectangle. It's saying rectangle 1. So all I need to do, I want to mask it. I'll click on the shape. I'll come to this marks over here. Then I'll bring my component inside. When I bring it, it's showing um, a red line. So this is my image 2. It's up here. And this is my mark, and this is my rectangle. All I need to do is just to bring my image inside this my mark and rectangle, because it's already showing me the position. As you can see, the blue line is showing me where the image is. So I need to, let me just draw the image a bit. So okay, let me still draw it because I want the legs here to show. So I'll just bring the image inside. Yeah, and this is my mark. So I've already cut unnecessary places away from um from the from the shape I've created. So this is what this is all what I've done now. It's what we call marking. So you can use mark in your design. So to work around your image or anything you want, or shapes you want to work on your design. It's just like shaping and reframing your content. Right. So since there is no more question, so that is that on marking. So I'll be going to the next part. So I'll rename this one. So I will type the name of it as Max. So I'll just increase the size so that you can see the spelling of it. So all this one is just what we call Max. So Yeah. So this is Max. So the next one I'll be working on is the is components, right? So so in this place I'll be in the next thing I'll be explaining now is components. And components like is a like it is used for like if you want to reuse some particular design that you have made in your design. So it helps in reusing them like it's just like a reusable component. So and it helps in building block that can be combined with other elements to create to create a user interface. And it also helps in making a consistency in your design. Like make it easy for you to manage and update your UI elements across anything you are doing, either mobile app, tablet, or website. So, and part of the examples that components are that you can use, what you can use as components are, for instance, button. So, for instance, now you know button is something. Let's assume you are doing a banking mobile app. Some of the things you would, what are the things that you think that you would definitely use? Maybe like 80% in your design or 70%. So you definitely know you will use button because it is something that you have to be clicking to perform any transaction you want to do. Maybe confirm, delete, um, send money, receive money, you know, all those kind of things. So it's something that is being reused over and over again, over and over again. Can somebody think of any other reusable component that we can use in any design? Let's assume you are doing mobile app, maybe a website. Is there anything you think that you will keep on using every time consistently? Any example from anyone? Okay. Link. Hmm. Well, I won't say link, but I will say color. Color is part of okay. Rose said sign in, sign up, right? So yeah. So all you guys are correct. Nice one. So another thing I would say is like color. Color is something that we can reuse over and over again when we are making our design. And let's also think of another thing. What else can we also look around? Even all these like the rules and stuff, the sign in sign out, like all the text boxes that we are using in the design, they are also components. Because let's assume in your signing you have first name, last name, mobile number, email address. In your sign up again, you know, you still put your email, put your password, put your everything. So you're already repeating something more than once. And instead of you to be redesigning over and over again, so you just make it as a reusable component. Just make it a reusable component. When you make it a reusable component, you just carry on whenever you are doing design. You understand? So it depends on what you are designing. You can make anything a component. Anything you feel like, this thing, this particular, even if it is just, even if it is just a single line like this, and you know your design, you will definitely use many of these lines more than two times. Instead of redoing this design or redoing it every time, why not just make it a component? That when you just pick it, you place it on it. Do you understand? So those are example of what I can say as use as a reusable component. Even cards, for instance, cards, you know, cards like something that is being used on website. Let me check let me check this particular website and let's see. So even like if you look notice this particular this thing, this Zoom. You can even make it a reusable component in design. So, for instance, now, if you look at this, oh, who is Ayodele the other day? Okay. So, for instance, if you have say something like this is for instance this card. As we have used it in this particular design here, you understand? If you check other places, let's say, let me go to about us, if it is there. Okay, as you can see, it's still on this particular uh page. Let me go to contact us, maybe it will be there. So it's still there. So it is something that you know you are reusing over and over again. So that is what we call component. And components in design is that you want to use something over and over again in your design. So it makes it helps you in making your design consistent. Like it makes it easy for you to manage and to organize your UI elements across maybe anything you are doing, like I said earlier. So I'll just be writing the name over here. Okay, so instead of so I'll be putting the heading. Okay, so I have components over here, right? So in this component, right? So we have okay, so in this component we have what's it called? I'll be making use of different scenarios so that we understand this properly. So part of what I'll be doing is let's create a component for button. Like I've said, button is something like if you are doing a mobile app for banking. Oh no, not now. A mobile app for banking, you use button consistent like every time. So let me use an example of use this as an example. So I'll be creating a button over here, and so let me zoom in so that you guys can see it properly. It's kind of so I'll be taking a frame as you remember from last class. Taking a frame, you come to your head here, and I'll be picking. Let's use a desktop. So this is my desktop so that we can be able to manage our spacing. So I'll be creating a button in this particular desktop. So so this is my button. Let me make it. Yeah. So I have my button here. So as as you know, I can give it a radius just to shape in the corners. Like I told in the last class, if you are giving all the four edges radius, you don't need to come to click on here. You just need to just come to this, just give it the shape, I mean the radius you want to give. Okay, I want to give it 10. And you remember, let me quickly go back to last class. If you want to do this particular one, you see this all this four represent all the four edges. If I give this one 0, you see what will happen? As you can see, it has changed it to so you can use that one to navigate around anything you are doing. So I've given it so I will give it a particular color. So let's say let me come to my color here. So I'll be giving it blue. Okay, let me give it blue color. Okay, so I gave my button blue color. Now, as you remember, like I said last class, just press T. It will give you your text. So I will give it oh, this is too large. So I will reduce the size of my text to 11 24 T. So I will reduce Title of it, right? So this is my button confirm. Okay. So this particular one I will make it like okay, so this is confirmed. So I will just group it together. All you need to do is just highlight by pressing your command or your shift, then use your mouse to hover over it and press Ctrl G. Ctrl G is to group elements together to make it one, so that whenever you are doing anything, everything stays together. So I've done this particular, I've created my button. So okay, so what do I need to do to create my component? It is very simple. Like I said earlier, I said this particular one is the mark. This second one here is the component. So I'm saying I'll click on this one to create the component. So when I click it, create component, as you can see, it's already given it purple color, right? Right. So you will come to your right hand side over here. As you can see, if you notice the logo, let me press Ctrl G so that we understand clearly. I click on my button. When I click on my button, I come to this. If you look at the component, the logo for the component is like um three shapes. I mean four shapes comes together. So when I click on create component, something appear here which shows the three logo of four logos of the component. So it gave me group one. So you can come here and rename your component. So I can say primary, then I can say active. So let's assume this is my active one. So I've already created it. When you click on it, as you can see, primary slash active. If you come to your left hand side also here, primary slash active. So that is it. So I've already made this one my component. So anywhere you are making your design, you can always click on, get your component and just drag it inside your design. Do you understand? So for instance, let's say I'm creating a mobile app. Let me bring in a phone. This is my iPhone 15 Pro Max. So so now what I want to do is I want to make use of my component in my iPhone 15 Pro Max. What will I do? All you need to do on every Figma there is assets. Asset is like it's your own property, something you make by yourself that you want to have like, okay, this is my thing. This is what I'm using for my project. So you just have all your assets in one place. So this is what is asset. When you click on your asset, as you can see, it says local components. It also has libraries though, but on the local components are most of the things that you have done, you have created by yourself. So when I click on my desktop, as you can see, this is my button confirm. So I can drag it to this place. See, so I've already created like, so in let's assume you have like 100 of this particular frame of iPhone 15 that you want to make design on, and all of them have button. Instead of you to be drawing shapes and everything, just come to your asset, pick the asset that you want, drop it on the frame that you want, just keep dropping anyhow you want to do it. So it just depends on you. So that is what the purpose of assets. So it makes you when you do something and you create it as a component, you already own it and you can reuse it all over your project. So another functionality of components is that let's assume this is my button, right? So I'll press Ctrl D. I'm going to duplicate it. So now I've duplicated my button. So what do I want to do? I want to make this one confirm. I want to make it I want to rename it as maybe let's say not maybe let's say delete. So I want to make it a delete. So now anything you do here, right? Let's say delete. Let me write delete. As you can see, I'm able to type in delete here. But the truth is that let me come here. Let me try to confirm. So any adjustment that you make on this primary, as long as it is on this one, it's with this one. As long as I did not detach this one from this, any correction you make on this will be will be reflecting on this particular one. So for instance, how will I put? So I have to detach this one from this. So all I need to do is just click on here. You see these three buttons? You see detach instance. So when I detach it, it's already free. So I can decide to change the color to anything I like. So this is my other color. So this particular one here, let's say, okay, I've already grouped them together. So let me duplicate this one, Control D. I will then make it, I will detach it from this. No, this is more color, right? So this is mine. Another, I want to make this one maybe like um reconfirm. So this is my reconfirm. So I will group this one together as usual. Control G, come to this particular one and create a component. Create. And it tells me group one. I'll come to my group and give it a name. I'll give it primary. I can say you can give it any name you want. It not necessarily has to, just depends on you, the active. So as you can see, this is my component here. It's saying confirm. So this is the normal layer, the normal standard Figma will give, but you have to come to your asset for you to. So I can drag my asset over here and I can drag it to my mobile app and you can use it anyhow you want to use it. So I'll come here. You can also change the color of of it. So the good thing about this thing is that any anything you are making adjustments on and honor of the main one, as long as you did not detach it, it will always be anything. It will always be like, for instance, how will I put it? So this is my A. All these ones here that I highlighted, all these first and second, they are the main primary ones. And this one are the other ones I think they are duplicated from them. But if I don't detach this one from this, that means anything I do here will reflect here. So for instance, okay, let me do an example. I click on this one. I come to this my color. Let's assume I give it a red color. As you can see, this is it. So anything you do on it will reflect on the remaining ones. I don't know if you guys get what I'm trying to say. So any correction you make on the primary one will reflect unless you detach it. And how can you detach it? How can I remove this one from this one so that any correction I make will not be reflecting? Just click on the button, come to your right hand side and click on detach instant. So I've detached this one from here. And if you notice, it's the when I highlighted on it, it's giving me blue color. But this one is giving me purple. Anything that is giving you purple is the component. But because normal standard, when you highlight, it's going to give you this blue line. But when you create a component, it will be purple. So now I've detached this one from this. So let me change the color of this one, as you can see. So that is it. So imagine, so let me drag this one again. Let me drag plenty of it into this particular design. So let's assume this one that is blue. So I have it like in like how will I put it? 50 of my design. Like I have it on mobile app. Like let's say I have it like plenty of it and I've used it in many places. And let's assume maybe the person your project manager said, oh, what you have done, I don't want this particular color. We are changing the logo and we are changing the brand color. And maybe you're almost done with your project, the design you're making. Please, can you just change all the colors and give it, you have decided to use green or let's say another color. So, so this thing will actually help you. So instead of you going to all your design one by one, let's assume I have to change everything. So I have to come to this one, come to this one, come to that one, and the like. It's going to take a longer time. So the purpose is that just click on the component and come to your component. I use blue. Click on your pen and then let's assume I want to give it which color? Okay. So as you can see, oh sorry. So any as you can see, all of them that I gave blue before have changed to green. So let us assume I want to give it purple. All of them change to purple, yellow, red. So that is the purpose. Like it saves you a lot of time and it makes your design to be consistent. So there is no need for you to be dragging, dropping something. So that is what we use components for. Is there any question? Are you guys there? Do you understand or should I do one more example on components?
Yes, please.
Okay. So that is that on that. So allow me to quickly draw a line. Let me do something now. So I draw a line now. So the line let me make it 5. Right. So I've made it 5. So let me pick up my text. So I'm gonna click on here. Let's say first name. So I'm using this one. Let's assume it's a text box. So I bring it over here. So just I'm using this one as an example. So I'm gonna make this one maybe like dull the color a bit. So because they have to put text on it. So I'm gonna give this my line black. So now I want to use this one to collect. Okay, let me put it on my mobile. I think that is much better. So this is it on my mobile. So I'm gonna reduce the size. It's so long. It's even longer than the frame. So centralize it. Then I'll bring this one. I'll bring it over here. First name. I'm gonna remove this one. I'm gonna duplicate it. Control D, Control D, Control D. So I have it in 4 places. Okay, so now how I'm okay before. So I'm gonna just do, uh, do this one as a component. Control G. So when I press Control G, it's I've grouped both of them, this line and this first name together by pressing Ctrl G. Then I'll come to my first component. Then I'll type this one as first name. Right. So I'll come to my second one. So before I'll just do like 2 of it. I'll give it last name. Right. So I'll group this one together. I'll highlight on it and press Ctrl G. Create it as a component. So now I have these two as a component. Let me just do uh, email address and maybe this one phone number. Right. So let me highlight it. Let me make all of them align because as you can see, it's not on a straight line. All you need to do is just to press your shift and click on them one by one. All the ones as you can see it has given you shift. Then press this align left. As you can see all of them. Oh, I've clicked on some lines. So I'm gonna click it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Align left. Okay, because I've grouped that one, so I've already aligned all of them to left. So I'll group this one, Ctrl G, components, come to my right hand side, email, then I will align this one, Ctrl G, come to my component, I'll give it phone, right. So now I've given all of them, I've made all of them my component. So I'm going to give this one blue, I'm going to give this one yellow, I'm gonna give this one red. I'm gonna give this one just to showcase an example, purple. Uh, blue. So I have all of this. So now I'm gonna duplicate it and put it here. So this is it over here. So now, so for instance, I decided I want to just change all of this one. So I'll just come to I want to change my first name and I have it all over my work. I'll just click on red. Okay, I've not created as a component. Yeah, I think it's a component already. Yeah, first name. So all I need to do is to come to this particular one. Okay, why is it not showing? I think I've made I think the duplication is more than one. Let me even make everything. So I want to change this one to yellow. Oh, it's supposed to change. But I believe you guys understand um what I'm trying. It's more than I've duplicated it more than once. So that is that on the component perspective. So I'll be heading into what's our time? I'll be heading into color. Color and creating color styles. So color and color styles. So I'll come here. Let me just click this one. So I have color here, and I'll come back to my layers. Don't forget, always put it back to your layers. Okay, no wonder I have many duplications. Ah, okay, so this is color. So now, okay, so we are heading into color now. We all know what color is and the importance of color because in in any design, color is actually sounds loud. Okay, thank you. So as we all know, we all know the importance of color, and color is very important when we are making our designs because it gives like how I put it. To me, color is like everything. Whenever I download any app, if you don't have a nice color or your color combination is poor, then I might even not uninstall the app. So color is actually very important in design. And as you all know, different people have different brands have their own different what's it called? Have their own color. So for instance, let's assume if you look at let's make a scenario for Facebook, right? Facebook has a blue color, right? And it's unique all over on their house and the life. If you look at for instance, let's look at maybe Leo's Bank. We all know the color, Revolut, and some other brands. So color actually speaks for your brand, and it makes your work more makes it have like a consistency and everything. So I'm on the chat window now. I'm gonna give where we can download some of our colors. I mean where we can get like some of our column like inspiration and the like. So I'll quickly drop that now on the chart. So for color, we can actually go to sorry, colors.co, and we can go to gradient, sorry, web gradient, web gradient, I think, yeah, happy access. And another one is which other one? Yeah, I think you can also go to color.adobe, adobe.com, right? So if you can save that, um, save that on your maybe on your notepad. It's gonna help you in whenever you want to use color in your design. So now let's go back to business. So right. So this is we are heading into color. So you all know it's also important to also use to also create like a style. So we have apart from component, there is also something we call styles. So for instance, for your color, your text, you can create a style for them in your design such that you don't need to be going, I mean, thinking of, oh, which color will I use for this or which color will I use for that. So you just have all your things in one place. And that is if you style your color, if you style your text. So that you can use it all across any application you want to use it in. So I'm gonna pick a frame. So let's say I'm picking a desktop over here. So I'm gonna zoom out. So let's use let me create a box. So I have a box that I'm gonna give it 20 radius. Then I'll duplicate it into 4 places. So let's use 100% in this our color division. 100% in terms of we have 100. 100% divided by four. That is it will give us it will be in 4 places. That is 100, 75, 50, and 25. So let us know I picked up this color. I come over to this particular. I pick the shape. I want to give it a color. So let me pick this purple. Okay, so I pick this purple. And if you notice, it's on 100% over here, right? So now we want to give every other one color as well. So I'm gonna drop my pen. I'll pick another shape. I'll click on the previous one, the one that is 100%, and this is it, 100%. However, because we are using 100% and we are using 75, 50, and 25, so I'll come to my percentage over here and give it 75, and it will reduce the lightness, like the thickness of the color. Then the next one, I'll come over here, I'll click on the third one, pick my, oh, sorry, pick my pen, pick my color, pick my pen, then I'll reduce this one to 50, right? Then I'll click on here, click on my shape, take my pen, click on this one, I'll give this one 25. So I have 100, 100, 75, 25, sorry, 50 and 25. So so in color, we have what we call primary color, we have what we call secondary color, we have active, we have error, we have successful, like all what I'm saying helps in design because for instance, you want to give because there is no how you do a design that it will not have if it's having like a function that it performs, there is no how it will not have like an error. So for instance, you are designing an e-commerce website or e-commerce mobile application and a transaction fail, anything that has to come up like, It has to be like a red. I have something like a red or something. I'm just giving like a scenario that just for you to get understanding of it. Or for instance, everybody experience whenever you are trying to maybe trying to log into your Gmail account and while putting your password, it's keep telling you that incorrect password. You know that error, I mean that color that comes up. So it's also important all those colors whenever you are doing your design, you style your color. Let's style your color from the beginning. Have your error color, your successful, your primary and the likes, so that it will make everything easier for you. Instead of copying color, picking your pen to pick colors around, that whenever you come to your style, just click on it, pick, 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 you are done with that. So that this one I'm gonna create style. So apart from components, there is also something we call style. So I'm done with the two parts, remaining this one, but now I want to create a style because we are in color now. So this is my primary color and it has some other color. So I will duplicate this one into 4 places, Ctrl D. So I've duplicated this one. So I'm going to use this one as, let's say, as secondary color. So I'm going to use yellow color. Excuse me. So I'm going to use yellow color. So as usual, you reduce the color width. So I'm going to click here. I'll click on here. I'll give it 50. Then I'll come here. I'll give it then I'll click on here. I'll give it 25. Right. So and so anyhow you want to do it. But I feel that it's just better you split it into 4. So now I want to create my style. Click on the first shape. Then to create your style, you come to your right hand side. On the fill part, you see the plus icon over there, and you see the plus, and you see the 4 dot that is there. So on this 4 dots, you can see the action is brought up. It says style. So when you click on this style, it tells you if you want to search, if you want to do anything. But I'm not searching. I want to give this my particular purple a name. I want to make it a style. So all you need to do is just to come over here, press the plus button. As you can see, the style. Give it a name. So I'm gonna give it primary. Then I will give it slash. Let's say I will know this one is 100%. I can give it a description. I can say for all my title in my design, it should be this color. I'm just giving it's not necessarily you give it a description, but just to give you like a guide. So I'll create a star for this. As you can see, primary 100%. So I'll come to this one. I'll create it a star. I'll come over here, press my button. I'll click. I'll make it primary slash 75%. So I can say this one should be I can say subtitle. I'm just giving like a scenario for that. So I create the second style. The third style, I'll come to this place, then press my plus icon, give it a name. So I will say primary 50%. I'm not gonna give a description. Then this one I can say I'll click on my style, my plus icon as well, primary slash 25%. I'm not gonna give a decision. I'll click style. As you can see, because I should like when I was giving it a name, I was using primary slash something, primary slash something. So that is the reason why it just gives it like a head, like primary, and it gives it like the slash 100, 75, 50, and 25. So this you can make use of them in your design. So I have the other part as well. So like I said, I want to make this one my secondary. I'll click on master over here, click on the button. I'll say secondary. So I'm just gonna do like two of this because of time. Secondary 100%. First star. Oh, I'm not hiding. Secondary uh slash 75%. Oh shit. I think I made a mistake in the first one. Mm, right, I think the spelling was not correct. Okay, I'm gonna check your message now. I'm coming, please. Okay, Samson. Yeah, so what you are trying to say is for instance, let me use this thick one. Oh, I've already created that you say. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna duplicate this one just to give an example of what you are trying to say. So you want a situation where you want this to fade out. So it just depends on what you are doing and the particular function you want to perform. So there are some design that like they will just fade out the color. So there are other functions here, right? This one is the gradient. You can use it to adjust the lightness of your color. Maybe maybe you want this, like for instance, like as you can see when I click on my radiance, this one shows the lighter part, the thicker part. So you can work around it, like maybe you know like this, or like something like this. So it just depends on how you want to do it or what you are doing. So, and also on this particular one, this particular side is hexagon, hexadecimal. So you can come to your HSL. Let me leave my gradient. So you can come to your HSL and you can decide to work on the hue, the saturation, and the lightness. So for instance, the hue you want to do, instead of 44, you give it 20. You give it this one is, you can give it 56. Then this one you can give it 20. Then maybe reduce this one to 30. So it just depends on um what functions you want. But from the question you have, if you want to fade one part or do the lights, you can always use your gradient for that. Does that answer your question? All right, you're welcome. So sorry about that, guys. Okay. So I've created this particular styles for this. So let me get my, let's say I'm using it on a mobile app. Let me pick my mobile. So I'm gonna bring it here. Then I'll zoom it out. Then so for instance, okay, so I'll create like so I'm doing my design on I'm doing the mobile design. So this particular place, let us assume I have what's it called? I have my shape here and I want to give it a color. So it's just simple. And don't forget, you also have assets here. Oh, So this was what happened the last time. Okay. So you also have assets which you can use like for your components. So but now we are working on styles. So these particular styles, you can use them anytime you want in your design. Like you can decide to just pick them up on your design, like come to your style over here. So this particular shade that I've clicked on, let's say I'm using it, I can click on here. I've already know this is my primary color. This is the two color all I want to that I want to use throughout my design. So I can duplicate it. I can say, okay, this particular shade, I want to use my secondary color. I can use my secondary color and this is it. And also you can make correction on any particular one you have done. So the importance of it is that it makes your work more make it more consistent, and instead of you to be cutting color code like oh what did I use it? I use CSBA something something. Why not just create all everything? Create your style before your design, create your components, and that one will help you make it will help you in making your design system which you'll be using in your work. So like if I click on here and this is my secondary color, if I want to make any adjustment, I can just click. You see this particular two lines, I will just click on the style. So I can come to my sorry. So I can come to my color here. Let's say I want to change the color. And I want to change the color. Let us now change to okay, I want to change it to this color. So you see, everything has changed. So that helps you in making your design. So but this one does not what's it so this one does not help, like it doesn't perform all the function like what's it called, the way components does its own. Let me come to my asset and just drag this one inside here and drag this one inside here. So this is my I did this one green the last time. So let me come to my primary here. So I've come to my primary and I will just change the selection color. Let's say, okay, I'm using this color. I'll just pick this color. As you can see, sorry about that. As you can see, everything is has changed the color. Like all the colors have changed, and so has this one. So once I change, let's assume on my design, I decide to change this particular color. I'll just come here and click this one. As you can see, all the colors have changed. So now you know the difference between style and component. So, but style helps you because you will not need to be stressing yourself on the color to use on the one you are maybe you want to be using this one on your on a particular function. You understand? You will not have to be looking for what to do, and what to do. You can also use it to create your style. So let's assume I have in this place I have heading, heading one. So I'm gonna duplicate this one. So I have this particular one. So I'm gonna click this one, make it let's assume I make it 34, 32. So let's assume I'm doing a mobile app. Sorry, a web design, and I'm using all these headings like heading one. Then let's assume let me create another one. Control D. You know, I told you in the last class, like we have six headings. We have heading one, which is the largest, followed by the heading two, medium like that, like reducing of the size. So let's assume this is our heading one. So and this one, let's say this one is our heading two. Our let's say this is our heading three. Okay, so now we have created these three headings, right? So now we want to create a component for them. So now this one, I want a situation where this is the one I want to be using, maybe in my paragraphs. So in my paragraph, let's assume it cannot be large, it should be like on a smaller size. So I'll just come over here and give it maybe 24. Maybe this one. Maybe this one is subheading and I want to make this one inside my text. Then I'll come here and give it like 16. So on my heading one, and I want to create style for it. I just want a situation where if I make all my design, if I'm doing any of the design, once I know that this one is the big heading, I should just, for instance, let me go to one website. So probably should be able to. Okay, this was where we had downloaded the image the other time. So I just want to give like an example of what I'm trying to talk about. So so this one, so I already know, okay, this is my heading one, right? This is my heading one. This one that I highlighted is the biggest one, which is the heading one I use. Let's assume this one is my heading two, okay? And let's say this is my heading three. So now we have heading one, heading two, heading three. So let me say, let me get a landing page. So let me create a landing page. And okay, so sorry. So on this particular one, I'm gonna pick up my frame, pick up my desktop. Okay. So this is my frame over here. So as usual, it's a landing page. So I'm just gonna create just to make an example. So I'll be picking the color of this one of my primary color here. So I'll click on my shape, come to pick my pen, then I'll come to let me click this color so that in case I want to change it later on in the future. So I have my heading one. So to create the style for this one, on your heading one, just click on the heading one, come to your text here and click here and click on the plus, give it heading, heading one. So that you know that anytime you are using it in heading one. Let me click on this one. I'll create my four icons. I'll click on the plus. I'll give it, sorry, heading two, create star. Then I'll come to my third one. I'll create this as my heading three. Click on the plus icon, heading three, create star. So I create my three star already. So so now I want to type. Okay, I want to make a text. So let me copy the text from here. So I'll copy Ctrl C and it has a black color bright as background. So so I'm gonna drop this one. So right. So I'll click on my shape here. It has a black background. Okay, let me just use black background. Right. So I will click on T on my keyboard and paste the text. This is the text over here. Right. So I'll bring it over here and I'll give it a white orange color. I think the brand color is orange. So I'll give it orange color, right? Then so this is my, like as usual. Okay, so I want to give it heading one. So let me increase the size of my heading one. I want to increase, so I'll just okay. I thought I created stuff for this. Okay, so my heading one, I want to put stuff for it. So I thought I created stuff. Okay, I just created it. So this is my heading one. So I want to give this one heading one. So I've already typed my text. All I need to come to my style here, then click on heading one. As you can see, it has changed this to heading one. It gives it a black color and it gives it the size of this particular. So if I want to make correction, I'll come over here, come to my settings, and come to my what's it called? My construct here, and right. So this is my heading one. So let me just I'm sorry. I want to remove. So this particular one is when you want to remove the style, detach the style. So I want to detach. I want it to be very big. Like it's small. So I want to make it a bigger one. So this one is even showing color. No, I think I make it a color one, not this. So let me bring this one up. Then I'm gonna give this one. I don't know what's happening. Okay, let me make this. Uh, the one. So I brought it over here. The sizing is not okay. So 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 this is my text over here. Then this one I'm gonna create it as a component star plus h1 create. So I've created this star, then I'll come over to my text here and come to my style h1 h1. So here it is, very big. So let me drop it with this. So this is it. It's kind of just a little bit big because I use the largest for it. So let me just reduce this. Let me make it 64, 64, right? So this is it there. So I have my text over here. Then I'll have it central. So this is my heading one. So like I said, this one as well, you can create it as a style. All you need to do is just to come here and give it a plus and give it h2 h2 crystal. It's over here. Then you can make use of it on anything you are doing. So okay. So we also have some other text we are working on. This should come down. I'm gonna highlight all this for the class, for the whole of the class. So I'll press my T, then I'll come here, drop it. So this one, I'll just bring in the text. So I want to give it my style. I want it to be heading 2. All I need to do is just to, I've already typed my text, come to this particular one. This, okay, come to this particular one, come to my style, heading 2. Mhm. think I made a mistake on that page too. Right, so this is it over here. And I'm gonna come here and give it, let me make okay, let me make adjustments on my heading too. So you can also reduce the size and also make use of anything you want to make use of as you like. So this is my heading too. Right, so that is it. So, and the third one also the same thing. So you can always create your style and your local style for your text and for your color. So you have your this one. So you have your heading 1, heading 2 here, and it always shows you the size that you gave it and the auto. Then also for the color, when you click on the primary, it will list all the primary colors for you. And when you click on the secondary, it will list the secondary for, because we only create tile for this only the first 100%. This one, that is why we only have. I think we created for this. It will also show everything on second. Is there any question from anyone? Questions? Okay. All right. Thank you. Who is in class? Are you guys listening? Ejiro, are you there? Rose, Aziza,
Yes, I'm here. I'm following.
is there any questions from you?
No question for now.
Okay. Rose, Aziza,
No questions. You can continue.
okay. So I think so I've given you some resources on where to get your colors from. So right. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, Rajai. Ejiro. So right, so this is half to half an hour to 9. Right. So I want you guys to the assignment for this class will be starting here tonight. So the assignment for tonight's class is to create a landing page. So you can I believe that you can do this front page and this to this particular place and use color styles. All I want to see is your color style. I want to see your components, and I want to see you use Mark to work on the design. So please, if you have not done the previous the last assignment, please try and do it. I'll be putting the assignment on the portal. Any assignment that you have done, just kindly drop the link on the assignment, and also all the assignments have timeline. So I'll still be accepting the assignment for the previous one, but please let's ensure that we submit the assignment on or before the next class. Deadline for everything should be on Saturday. Please just ensure you put the link. I'll be setting the assignment on the portal tonight. Please drop the link of your previous assignment on it. So the previous assignment was to design the Figma landing page. For those that were not in class, that came later or that did not get the first assignment, was to design the landing page for Figma. No, not this particular one. I think there is. Did they change that design? So I think I shared the design. Yeah, I shared the design on Teams, so you guys can just check it. Though I'll be resending it on Teams, so you guys can check it.
Is the download page?
Aha, right, download. Thank you. So
Yeah, I have the question for the Amatic page. We are going to redesign. Are we going to use the same color as it is there?
Yeah, no, you can come up with any of your color. Just ensure that any color you are picking, I want to see the primary color, the secondary color. I want to see that when I click on the link, I'll be able to see your style. I'll be able to come to your assets. I'll be able to see your components. What do you use for your buttons? You understand? Because this is very important in design. Because when you get this, when we start the, because as from next week, we should be able to start making our first design on web and the app. But all these things, you guys have to get it right so that we can proceed to the next step. So I'll be sending the assignment link for the first class and for first assignment and the second one. And I'll also be emailing this to you guys on on your email as well. I think when I put on the portal, you get a notification on your email, corporate email. Please try and just do it. Submit before Saturday. Is there any question from anyone?
How do we get the images used on this party page?
Okay, I would download the image and send this to you guys. I'll get the image for you and send this to you. Is that okay?
All right.
Hello?
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. So if there's any question, please drop it on the chat window on this thing on Teams. I'll respond. So thank you, Samson. Thank you, Jiro, Rose, Mr. Yodeji, though we don't know you, but I think we'll have a discussion later after the class. Aziza, thank you all and have a good night rest. We see in the next class and discuss further on the UI. Thank you.